George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
Wow, these are just some crazy times that we're living in right now. On my way to work on Wednesday morning, got the news flash coming over, the little thing talking about the earthquake in Salt Lake. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are really seriously worried about, can they make their house payments? Can they make their rent payment? Well, there's some relief that has been offered that went into an announcement yesterday by the Federal Home Finance Agency, and we're going to cover those 4 areas in a real quick video here today. Thanks for joining me. This is George Anderson, and this is thecreditjungle.com. So the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which kind of has oversight over the secondary mortgage market, Ginnie Mae, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they issued an announcement yesterday, and they're offering some relief to homeowners in 4 specific categories. And I think that this is very timely, and I think it's good news for people that are really worried about their ability to be able to keep their home. So this is immediately, and it's going to be in force for the next 60 days. And I'm sure that that's a very fluid situation that they're watching, and that if it needs to be extended or something like that, that there will be an opportunity to be able to do that. But for the next 60 days, there's going to be a forbearance on people who are making their mortgage payments. So in other words, if for some reason, you've got a temporary layoff or even a permanent layoff in some situation, they're not going to start a foreclosure process on you within the next 60 days. So basically you're going to be able to, now I'm not encouraging anybody to do this, and I'm going to put out another video on how to prioritize your credit accounts and which ones are going to cause you the most damage. The mortgage payment out of all of your debts that you have is the last payment that you want to be late on. However, but for the next 60 days, there's going to be a forbearance on that where they're not going to start a foreclosure process. The other thing that they're going to do is that they're going to allow modifications again. This is something that has not been in our vernacular for almost 10 years. Loan modifications have been gone and unheard of for a long time. But there's going to be a temporary injunction in place that would allow some loan modifications under very specific circumstances. The third thing is that there are going to be no foreclosure sales. No foreclosure sales for the next 60 days. They're suspended, and I think it's something like from March 13th for the next 60 days, probably into like the second week of May. So anybody who had a foreclosure sale scheduled, those foreclosure sales are being suspended to allow people some time to regroup, regather. And then everybody's thinking, well, that's great, but what if I do miss my mortgage payment? What if I did have a foreclosure sale? What if I'm doing a loan modification? How is that going to affect my credit report? This is the thing that I think was really, really cool and thoughtful and common sense about this, because previously when somebody had a short sale, I mean, it had the same damage to your credit as a foreclosure or a bankruptcy or anything else. So what they're also doing is they're also not going to be reporting any late payments to the credit bureaus for the next 60 days. That is huge. That is huge. That's probably the one thing that will mitigate the damage that would come, even if somebody is allowed to miss a couple of payments. Well, if they report those payments as missed, I mean, good luck, trying to refinance or something if you've been late on your house payment. So there are some very proactive things that are being done. There's a real sense of fear and everything else out there, but I think there's a lot of partnerships between private and government. I think everybody's trying to work together and come together to be able to make some things work on here. I think Utah, we're in probably a better situation than a lot of other states. We've got a younger population. I mean, we're pretty healthy otherwise, and so let's just hope that all of these factors come in so that we don't have quite as much volatility and everything else in the market here. So thanks so much for coming into the Credit Jungle today. I hope that this was helpful information to kind of help calm some of the fears and let you know that there are some avenues out there to provide a little bit of relief, a little bit of help, and forestall some of the damage that might end up coming from this temporary situation. So thanks again. If you want Mortgage Professional, you can push button. Be happy to talk with you. And thanks for visiting thecreditjungle.com. This is George Anderson. Have a great day.